So what's the business case for all of this? Well, the government believes that if we undertake sustainable construction practices and techniques, that we will make cost savings, that there are resource efficiencies there. Looking at sustainable products and services could be an opportunity. It could be a real kind of time to put the UK construction industry at the centre of the global construction industry and really say, we're leaders in this area. And increasingly, it's a matter of corporate image and corporate and social responsibility. I have to say that the clients that we work with who are weathering this storm best are the ones that started thinking about this 5, 10, 15 years ago. It's not new to them, and they're really engaging with it and moving forward. Okay, so why do we want to do this? As I said, government strategy. Also, lots of codes of practice out there. So obviously there's the Code for Sustainable Homes. That has its own set of complexities with it, but there are kind of aims there to really make an impact here. So zero carbon home, new homes by 2016 is obviously one of the kind of key aims that the government's working towards. And this series of sustainability standards there as well. Environmental issues themselves are a driver. So climate change, big issue, whether you believe in it or not. It is happening. Whether you believe we're having an impact or not, doesn't matter. The government is saying it's happening. They're putting down policies, bills. There's now an act in place for climate change emission reductions. So it is a really big part of what's driving policy in this area at the moment. I think there's just a general increasing awareness from people and the public that this is an issue, and they want to see companies and organisations leading the way. Whether or not that's right, they want to see that happening. So clients want to know that you are doing something towards it. And obviously legislation. We don't all get up out of bed every morning and go, yes, let's do sustainable construction. We might actually be kind of being pushed down that road. So that's obviously kind of something that we can't do much about, but if it's there, we may as well make the most of it and see it as an opportunity. Social aspects. There's a lot more, and I know there's some planners here today we've spoken to already, but local communities and individuals do have a lot more say in the planning process now, potentially. There are opportunities there for people to kind of make their point, and I think that potentially could be a driver. Although there's obviously difficulties in the construction industry right now, construction remains a significant employer. I think it produced about 8% of the UK's GDP in 2007. Might not be as high this year, but it's still significant. And people want to work for companies that are taking this kind of thing seriously. So a big social aspect. From a supply chain perspective, suppliers are being asked more and more, and I know there's a lot of suppliers here today in the Hargould exhibition. They're being asked to prove that they're doing something about it, that they are using recyclable materials, that they have environmental policies in place, etc. So there's a lot of pressure now as a supplier to work with the people that you work with, your contractors, your developers, to actually prove that you are doing something. Obviously there are some practical implications, not all straightforward. As any of you who've been involved in a change management programme will know, these things take time. They take a lot of time. Things don't just happen overnight. You don't just wake up and go, let's be sustainable. There's a lot of education to do, a lot of awareness raising to do. It's not a straightforward process. So you need resources as well. That might not be money, but it might mean people. Again, it might mean time. We talked about education and awareness, and I'll bang on about this afternoon, but training is absolutely key here. You've got to take your people along with you. Just like anything else, if you don't, they won't act. And what you need in a sustainable construction industry or sector is people who are all together and working together. There's a huge amount of stereotypes and myths out there relating to environmental issues. I'm sure we've all heard about them. The Daily Mail doesn't help, but there we go. We need clear information from the government. We need information that's true, that's been verified, so that we as individuals know how to act. There are also technological issues. We could have all the technology that we need right now to have a sustainable construction sector, but we might not know how to use it, how to access it, we might not have the money to fund it. And obviously money. Money is an issue, At the moment, because these things are quite new, they generally do cost more. There's no getting away from that. And at the end of the day, as developers, you want to keep your clients happy. So a lot of challenges. But obviously, we hope that we wouldn't be doing this unless we foresaw some benefits to all of this. I won't read through all of these, I'll leave you to have a look at them. But I'll just highlight one or two. I do firmly believe that you could have better business performance if you start to think about these issues and start to integrate them into your company. Without a doubt, the clients that are doing better right now are those ones who are thinking about it. And for that reason, it does give you potentially a competitive advantage, particularly when you're coming to things like public sector tenders, which are really focusing on kind of environmental and social issues now. And it also will help you to hopefully give you enhanced legal compliance. At the end of the day, you don't want to be the company that's been fined by the Environment Agency. Definitely don't want that, because they'll put it everywhere. It will be all over their website, all over the local press. So definitely best to stay on the right-hand side of the Environment Agency.